Hello everyone and welcome back to the Saints View, the channel for Southampton content, for a quick match reaction after Southampton was knocked out of the Carabao Cup after losing on penalties at the King Power following a 0-0 draw with Leicester. Now, I don't think we should be too disheartened. Most fans were saying that they didn't care about the game before it kicked off, and we were waiting a home game with Man City, so we weren't going to go any further than the quarterfinals. So I think this was a good opportunity just to play some players who haven't yet played, who have hardly played, or maybe on the fringes of being included in the starting 11 and needed to prove themselves. When I say that, I think mainly of Yannick Vestergaard, who for me had a very solid game, almost scored actually from a corner, and you know, I think he definitely warrants a starting spot on Saturday against Manchester United in the Premier League. Now, in terms of starting lineup, we'll go on to that. It was obviously Angus Gunn in goal. He came in for his third Southampton appearance. Then the breaking news was Jan Valery, 19 years of age, at right back, made his professional debut for Southampton. We went back to a back five, so Jack Stevens, Yannick Vestergaard and Mayo Shida were the centre backs with Matt Targett on the left. But then a strong midfield with Højbjerg, Armstrong and Lamina. Redmond and Obafemi got the start up front. Now, the first half sounded quite uneventful. It sounded quite dominant from a Southampton perspective, and it sounded like the game was relatively dominant. I say it sounded like that. I couldn't find a stream. I wasn't at the game, obviously, because I'm uploading this now, pretty soon after the game. But it sounded like we were quite dominant according to Sky Sports. Now, in regards to the second half, Obafemi missed an absolute sitter. So we won't criticise him because obviously he's young raw talent. He'll be missing chances. You know, he's getting used to the team. He was probably nervous, but he did have a very good game. It sounded like very quick. Obviously, we've seen that in his cameo appearances. Now we just need to see the finishes, because he's had 2 chances in the last 2 games that some fans will say were pretty decent chances that he hasn't scored. Now, the main talking point will be the goal that was disallowed by VAR. Stephen Davis slotting it in, but it was disallowed after a check when Nathan Redmond apparently handballed it after a little bit of a deflection from the defender when he was tackled. And then the game continued. Gabbiadini hit the bar with a free kick very late on, the last kick of the game. It went to penalty. Obviously we won't go into that now because we're at the cup. Essentially it doesn't matter. But I think the team should be proud of their performance. You know, solid. Some players would have definitely given Mark Hughes a selection headache. And I think on to Saturday, Man United was shocking tonight in the Champions League. A couple of their star men though were arrested. Pogba, Lukaku, they were on the bench, so we may be in for a tough game on Saturday, but you know, let's go for it. I think I'm not saying it's a great opportunity to get a win, but it's you know, we could definitely do something in that game. But if you haven't enjoyed this video, remember to like, of course. Please subscribe to the channel. We're nearing 100 subscribers, as I've previously said in a couple of videos. And I'll see you very soon for our match content for Manchester United at home. Thanks guys for watching.